Welcome to Owie and Sandy Math Along. I'm Sandy.
And I'm Owie!
I'm trying, math it's hard. I'm not trying. Been with years like math class. 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 And I always get an It's a pop quiz, you know. Fill the blanks as you go. It's a pop quiz, you know. Fill the blanks as you go. 'Cause being with you's like it's hard, I'm not trying. 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 'Cause
Number 9. In number 9, in the figure above, I'm reading this off of your paper. The circle is tangent to sides QT and RS of the 14 by 20 rectangle, QRST. What is the circumference of the circle? So our rectangle here is 14 by 20. You can tell which is the longer and shorter angles based on where they touch the circle. So it should be touching it at the top just one time. So our 14, okay, and our 20. You can tell the 20 is longer because it doesn't touch the sides of the circle. This is a good opportunity to remind you that these pictures are not always to scale. So you have to use your imagination to make them to scale. All right, so 14 by 20. What is their circumference? Well, circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. We know the 2 and the pi. What is r? Okay, so we have 2 pi. Let's find this r. Looking at our circle, okay, we can estimate the center is about there, right? Coming out to the sides is not too much help. We know from here to here is 20, but that's all the way outside that circle. So let's look at it lengthwise from here to a point on the circle. Okay, we have a 14. That's the whole thing. But what about half of that? Because half of that is the radius. So if this whole thing, top to bottom, is 14, 7 and 7. That makes our radius 7, 2 pi 7. This is all multiplication in between. That gives us 14 pi as our circumference. 2 times 7, the pi after. So we have 14 pi as our circumference. That's our answer. Different numbers here. Make sure you pay attention to your numbers. Number 11. We have a shape. It says the area of the figure above is 47. What is the perimeter of that shape or figure? We need to separate this into something that we know. Okay, and we can do that. There's a couple different options. You could draw this down and have a rectangle and a rectangle. I'm going to go this way with it. So we have this part up here. Now the area of a rectangle is length times width. I have a 5 times. Now remember, this isn't 7. 7 is from top all the way to bottom. This 3 is this portion right here, okay? Which means the top part must be 4, because 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. So this is going to be 5 times 4, or 20. Okay, this top part, and I kind of do this just to remind myself of what I've already found. I don't want to scratch out the work that I did, but I want to figure out what I found. Okay, is 20. Now I need the part of this rectangle down here. Well, the height is definitely 3. Okay, so again, area of a rectangle, length times width, is 3 times what? I need the length of this whole thing here, but I don't know it. There's no way for me to figure it out. And I mean, I know this part's 5. I don't know what that part is, but I do know the answer overall is 47. So I'm going to say 3 times question mark or W or L. It doesn't matter what you call it. That's the area of my bottom part. Okay. So I have, for the total area of the figure, 20 plus 3 times something is equal to 47. Okay. Now I can solve for that question mark or that W or that X or that L or whatever you want to call it. Now I have subtract 20 from both sides. 3 of my unknown is equal to 27, which means if I divide by 3, my unknown is 9. Okay, so my unknown here, I'm just going to erase it and put it back in there, is 9, which is equal to 27. So the actual question is asking us what is the perimeter of the entire figure. Okay, now we know we have 3 times. This big part down here is going to be 9. I'm going to erase the part where we figured out the area. On your paper, you want to leave that. Don't erase it, because I want to see it. I want to see if you made a small mistake, then I can still give you credit for everything you did after that, as long as I know what that mistake was. Okay, and I can tell you what the mistake was. So we're now going to add our whole perimeter. We have 5 plus 7 plus 9 we just found, plus 3, plus, oh man, what is that? I have to figure that out, right? So plus something, because we don't know that yet, plus this part right here, which I guess technically we don't know that either. Okay, so if we're looking up here, we have, after we drew this across, a 4. This last one's a 4. And looking over here, we know the whole thing's 9. This top part's 5. So between here and here must be a 4, because 5 plus 4 is that 9. Okay, let's add it all up. We have 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4. I'll be your calculator in this instance. 4 and 4 is 8. 3 makes 11. 9 makes 20. 27 plus 5. Okay, which is 32. They did not give us what type, like if we're centimeters, inches, they didn't give us a unit. So we're just going to go with 32 square units as our answer. Pay attention to the numbers you have. The numbers I have are different. Number 13, lucky number 13.